So there are two ways to do this, and both work. The first is what we call the abrupt method, and the second is the gradual transition. So the abrupt method is to fast your dog for a period of 24 to 36 hours. What we would normally do, suggest under those circumstances, is to give your dog bone broth during that period of fasting. Bone broth is a source of nutrition. It's also really good for calming the bowel and getting it ready for a new type of food. Fasting for 24 to 36 hours, bone broth during that period of time. We also advocate using a probiotic during this transition phase, because what that does is it tends to help the microbiome rebalance itself. And that's potentially a major transition or alteration that needs to occur, because the microbiome, and we're appreciating that the microbiome is very, very important for gut health, but also general health as well. So the bugs that are down there, and it's estimated that there's something like 20 trillion bugs in dogs' intestines, need to rebalance themselves and get used to a different type of food source. But nonetheless, it's sometimes surprising how quickly that can happen. So after a period of fasting with bone broth and probiotics, the idea is to go straight onto a raw diet. We tend to suggest beef protein or chicken protein as the entry point into raw diet. And as I say, in most cases that works quite well. It works very well, in fact. A small percentage of cases we see will get a temporary tummy upset with diarrhea for a few days whilst everything rebalances itself, the microbiome, the digestive enzymes, and the whole digestive process. But most of the time that works well. However, to try to minimize the incidence of diarrhea and adverse effects, we at Wiley's tend to suggest a gradual introduction to raw. So the way that looks is also after a 24 to 36 hour fast, bone broth and probiotics. We tend to advise slowly introducing the new diet to the existing diet by adding in 25% plus or minus of the new diet to 75% of the existing diet for 2 or 3 days, and then switch it to 50-50, and then switch it the other way, 75 new, 25 old, and then finally after 2 or 3 days onto 100% of the new diet, the meat-based diet. And that, in our experience, tends to work the best.